SK and Noisia to hold off. Cruden pushing through upper dark is going to be taken out. So Noisia is going to find one. Iron and SK also picking up one apiece as well. Nikes has managed to drop down, and there's exactly the situation I was talking about. If you don't have head armor, you are going to be shredded by Glocks, and Nikes should be falling very shortly afterwards. M4 should be retrieved, but it's a costly... Okay, the M4 was retrieved at the end. But Team SkyFire able to buy up into this one. Bit of a costly mistake coming out from Iron, but no harm, no foul.
Yeah, look, not so bad for Avant. I mean, as you say, they take the M4 through to this round. They only lost a couple of guns, so didn't sacrifice all that much, but it did look a little bit shaky there. Like, SkyFire, they got in some good positions to be able to take something from that round, so definitely not something that Avant want to let happen in these rifle rounds, of course. So some worrying signs here for Avant early on.
Well, there is going to be a boost towards short, but the long control has been granted towards the T's, and Team SkyFire are going to take full advantage of that. Iron coming close short, so it's going to be Steve actually lurking towards the B site. The T's crossing very, very quickly. It's going to be a retake on this A site, but Iron actually peeking out is going to find one. Decibel also taking out Chaotic, so suddenly a 3-on-5. And it's not bad as well, because the CTs are good on HP. Bomb plant now going down. Steve, a lot of work for him to do, lurking towards lower dark. SK is going to peek out. He's going to find Steve. There was just too much pressure for him to do work, and now 2-on-5.
Exactly, and not a good situation at all for SkyFire, though at least they have the bomb down, and it's been ticking for a little while, so Avant are going to have to get a wriggle on. Zedski drops Cruden, because does take down SK on the trade, but he himself is traded out by Decibel. So another round coming out on the board here for Avant Garde. At least they pick up a win against the rifle round there of SkyFire. Now SkyFire will be forced back onto what should be an eco here, maybe just a pistol buy really, but it's been not a bad start here for Avant. They've held off a couple of B takes, they've held off an A takes, and so they've been tested a little bit as well.
Yeah, and it's starting to look good for them. I mean, like their aim is starting to come on point, because Iron has been a little bit cold this previous weeks, and we're really looking for him to pick it up, and we've seen him go huge. Iron is a great player, and always, I guess sometimes I ask, like, where is he kind of going in these maximums? But Nikes finds Iron. That is really unfortunate. Good shot coming out from Nikes.
What's the power of the Deagles?
Yeah, absolutely. And now Team SkyFire going towards his A site. Zedski decides just to give it up. He's just going to flash towards A ramp, but he's just going to wait for the rotate. Zedski, I think, should hear and know that they're towards short. Does not know where Animus is, so he's clearing out these lines with the P250. Doesn't know that there's a T lying away, but Animus misses too many shots. Zedski's going to punch him for that.
Yeah, Zedski does pick up that kill and brings it back to 4-4, which is still, you know, technically in the favor of Avant. But again, that bomb's gone down here from SkyFire. The time has been ticking away quite a lot already. And the CT's wasting so much time down towards long here. It almost comes down to Noisia, and he's going to go down. This could potentially be a round on the board for SkyFire.
Yeah, and on the back of an eco as well. So not looking great for them. It looks like a Molotov is going to force one of them off default. But Zedski is actually going to walk straight past Steve. Yep. You got to check that, mate. Decibel's last minute standing, but once again, just too much work for him to do this time around. Can't clutch it out. And it looks like Team SkyFire not only taking a round on the back of an eco, but also picking up 2 rifles as well. They're going to be looking in a good position to roll in. And
well, I mean, this is sort of like what you spoke about, where we see Avant play very well, and then all of a sudden it just falls apart. I mean, like, what happened? Where did they go?
Yeah, soft drink outside in 2 hours, so.
Yeah, in the sun for 2 hours, yeah. That was pretty much that round for Avant.
It was looking good. I mean, Nikes just started off quite well, but as soon as Iron was actually picked off, Avant Garde just lost control of that short area as well as A site. Now being pressured out towards mid as well. So Iron is at CT. They know he's there after flashing out, but all the T's are going to be running past him anyway, engaging in a duel with SK at window. Iron charging through. Oh, nearly takes down Animus Battle from him. SK from back inside takes down 2.
Doesn't quite manage to get the third there, but Noisia will manage to trade out Chaotic, and it's a 3-for-2 still in the favor of Avant Garde. I think Iron probably would have hoped for a couple more coming in from that CT position, but hasn't hurt them too much. Noisia pushing up aggressively here into the tunnels. Has picked up the final 2, and there's 4 on the board now for Avant. They trade back that last round, so a bit of redemption for them. This could be just a pistol buy into this round here for SkyFire.
Yeah, a lot more tighter. That's good stuff coming out from Noisia. I mean, Team SkyFire, what can you say? There was a good attempt at a fast mid to B, but they couldn't flush out SK, and Noisia just rotated towards uppers. There was no upper threat really. Occupying Noisia allowed him just to get a couple of quick kills, and by then it was just all over. And Noisia ends up the round with a 3 kill as well. Brings the AWP for Zedski into the next round, and Team SkyFire are going to be forcing up. So it's still going to be a tight round. If Avant Garde can take this one, should be able to take the next 2 as well. Should force or should take the next one as Team SkyFire will be forced onto an eco.
Yeah, it comes down to Stephen Cruden here with those AWPs. Well, with the AWP and the AK. And Cruden last week, he was probably the most consistent player for SkyFire. Although would still like to see a little bit more from him. I think Chaotic's fallen off a little bit as well in the last few weeks. He was one of the stronger players for SkyFire in their early wins. And now he's, you know, just gone missing a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like the T's are going to be crawling slowly towards mid, but a beautiful pop flash allows Noisier and Decibel to pick up 2 apiece. Make that 2 for Noisier as well as the bomb drop towards mid. Cruden going to drop towards CT, but Zedski is having none of that nonsense. Shoots him in the back. And Animus, the poor last man left standing, does retrieve the AWP, but now stuck towards Xbox and just being pinned down for all position. Iron will be able to pick up that kill with the UMP and find himself an AWP as well. So
Double AWP.
It's good for Avant Garde picking up 2 AWPs without having to buy a single one. They're going to be like, this is Christmas come early. And now suddenly it's looking up for them. Team SkyFire are going to be forced into an eco and with no AWP in sight for their buy round, even if they full eco on this one.
Well, things are getting a little bit difficult here for SkyFire, and this is not the situation that we would have thought might come out here. We thought, you know, Avant might struggle a little bit on that CT side, but certainly doesn't seem to be the case here. Should be 6-1 up at the very least after this one. And, well, SkyFire, they do have a bit of a job to do to get back into this first half. They've already let Avant get far too far ahead of them, so they're going to need a very good late first half if they're going to come back into this map. But for now, they're not having much luck. It is, of course, an eco, though.
Well, I mean, Iron and Noisy are going to get the first 2 picks, and well, Cruden does manage to dink out Noisy, but SK is lying in wait to get the trade, and look at that, SK is going to get 1. He should be able to get the second as well. Zedski, meanwhile, on that B site, will clean up Chaotic, who was tagged earlier down. So Avant Garde going up 6-1. AK is coming out for Team SkyFire, but it's not going to be the best buy. Nickers, though, does have enough cash for an AWP, but
if he doesn't buy armor.
But that would be a lack of utility in armor, so he's going to go with the AK instead. As you rightfully mentioned.
I think, you know, I think this is overall is a bit of a stronger buy. I mean, I don't think the AWPs on SkyFire are strong enough to really warrant going for just a glass cannon AWP where it's, you know, maybe going to sacrifice a bit of utility as well. I just don't think it's worthwhile in that situation. But we'll see how this 5 rifle setup goes against the AWPs even of Avant. And Iron, he's picked up aggressively on short, misses the shot there, and he's going to drop a grenade onto Chaotic. In anger, drops him down to 52. Actually, quite a good grenade.
That is a great grenade. And now they are stacking up towards the short. Iron, oh, flashed out, barely misses that timing shot. He should be able to get out alive. Tag down to 34, and Zedski is going to come back and reinforce his teammate at car with that AWP. Iron's still in a good position to actually rotate around. So even though he missed those 2 shots, gets a lot of information and does slow the push down a little bit. Team SkyFire granted control of short and burning some of the defensive utility coming out from the CTs.
Yeah, look, I mean, Iron really, he'd probably be kicking himself. He had a good opportunity there to get 1 frag, and he just missed it. And it wasn't the most difficult of shots. It wasn't a particularly easy shot. He was peeking around the corner, but definitely a shot you would expect a player of his caliber to be able to hit. In the end, though, it's going to be really down to Zedski now with that AWP to hold off on this A-bomb side, and he's going to miss a shot as well with that one. Animus is going to be able to pick up Iron in the meanwhile, and Zedski's in all sorts of troubles here. Doesn't quite manage to land a jumping shot there with the AWP, which is... I mean, not too surprising, I guess, in reality.
Oh, Noisia has picked off 1, picks up 2 as well, as a matter of fact. All the T's
6
are stacked
bullets.
towards short. And I don't think he knows that there's a firing squad just waiting for him. Decibel making his way towards long, so it looks like Noisia is going to reload. Still has that hot rod ready to go. There's a single flashbang coming out of the T's, but there's no more utility, so it's down to pure aim deal, simple as that. Decibel now coming up through short. Noisia is making noise, but he's firing. He's found 2. Chaotic peeks out. Taken out by Decibel, but the trade comes out in the favor of Team SkyFire. The double AWP setup not really working that time for the CTs.
Yes and no. Like, it worked in the sense that they got into positions where they could have got frags with those AWPs. I think it was more so the case, not that the double AWP setup wasn't working, it's just that the aim wasn't working for Avant. Really.
Yeah, I mean, Zedski and Iron really need to hit a couple of shots, and it looked like Zedski was about to get one on the cross when they were coming towards that A side. Unfortunately, he was unable to do so.
Yeah.
And, well, the T's now going to be scattering for the default. Steve was going to go for that long A pick, but he was completely flashed out, and the CTs now have controlled this long position. Decibel, oh, that is a bit unfortunate. Decibel's going to be dinked by his teammate. Iron shooting towards bedroom, but...
Ooh, wow. Whoa. Steve's on 1 HP.
He's going to be breathing either a sigh of relief or, I guess, a sigh of disappointment. Nick S, though, coming out towards long A, able to get 1 pick, and this is going to force Iron back towards that long position to try and reinforce it. So A is going to be a little bit weak, and that may be where Team SkyFire needed to attack once again, as Zedski is going to be rotating across.
Yeah, so again, another player disadvantage here for Avant, and a difficult situation. Their defense is very thinly spread. You can see Iron's pushed very aggressively, needs to find this one, and he's not going to check the corner enough. Nick has an easy frag for him, puts an extra player advantage here on the board now for SkyFire. Zetsky will be able to trade Nikaz out, but still, SkyFire sitting with a 4 versus 3. They'll be happy still.
Yeah, but Noisy has a lot of information, and every single pick is absolutely critical. Animus coming across, does manage to get the trade with the Galil, as now the T is coming in towards the A side. Zetsky so still on the cross. SK going to be taken out.
Oh, what are you pulling your knife out for?
As soon as SK fell, Team SkyFire could just default back towards the B side. They knew where the AWP was, and Zetsky was thinking, oh, I got to go towards B now. But Steve was waiting. On
It's
1
so,
HP.
I guess, I mean, yeah, it's easy to sit here when you've got the X-ray on and be like, oh, what are you doing, man? But
you should know.
you should know. But of course he didn't.
Why can't you see him through the wall?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Team SkyFire taking another round, going to be forcing Avant Garde onto that eco. Steve, oh, does spot the CT crossing over. I'm not sure if he spotted Noisier crossing back over, but B side's going to be completely empty. It is going to be a long A stack coming out from the CTs. Yeah. And that grenade's going to do a chunk of damage. But the CTs are going to be armored up. Nikez going to find SK through the edge of the smoke.
Yeah, good start into this round here for SkyFire. Avant really would have hoped that this long stack was going to be able to at least drop an AK for one of them to pull off, but in the end, Nikez answers it well with 3 for himself. And he's eventually going to be able to pick one up, and Noisier always being able to find a kill or 2 in these rounds, so he's being a bit of a pain in the SkyFire lineup.
It's important to note that Iron's actually taken 2 kills as well at the same time with the 5-7, has
got
dropped the bomb as well.
Oh, they dropped the bomb. Didn't even realize that, but yeah, this bomb well in the clutches of the CT side at the moment, and both those Ts just split up for now. Animus rotating around through the A bomb site. He's going to have to...
Whoa, he just tagged him through the wall.
Did he?
Yeah, he just tagged Iron through the doors.
Still, it's not an easy situation for SkyFire to negotiate. At the very least, they have a lot of time to play with here. But I think it's going to come down to Animus, what he can do coming in from that long area, or the A site area down long. And he's able to take down Noisier. Iron gets a 1-for-1 though, onto Steve, and Iron peeking. Maybe not the best of decisions. Animus knew exactly where he was, and is able to pick up that 1 versus 1. In the end though, I mean, not a bad force sort of eco coming out there for Avant, especially considering the start that they had. Yeah,
but they're going to be biting themselves a little bit going, we should have had that, and Nikez just going to get the triple. I mean, they just lined up for him pretty much towards the end there, making it easy peasy lemon squeezing. Avant Garde are going to be able to buy up in this one. It's not a bad buy. They are lacking a little bit in utility, but still enough to make it work. And it looks like a bunch of flashbangs and smokes coming out towards long A. There are CTs there, so we're going to see some ferocious firefights. Decibel completely blinded. Does tag Chaotic down very, very low through the edge of the smoke. Zetsky finishes off what Decibel started. Decibel does get 1, but Cruden trades him out.
Yeah, overall, it's been a pretty decent passage of play there for Avant. A 3-for-1, they'll definitely take that. Decibel won't be playing any part in this round more than what he already did. Noisier has a job to do here onto Animus and should be able to do it quite easily. And Animus not even going to check that corner. It's just Cruden now. He's got the bomb at least, but just about that and maybe a dream, I guess. But in reality, a 1v4 is probably a little beyond him.
Well, Noisier is aggressively peeking into that upper dark line, so as soon as Cruden spets a little bit to the left, he's going to be spotted out. Noisier is going to miss that shot, though. And so they know where the T is, and Avant Garde, as you can see on the radar, are just going to be encroaching in, just shutting down this net. Now, Iron has spotted out Cruden, but he doesn't want to give away that AWP, so he's going to play a little bit safe, just goes back and goes, look, he was lower dark, guys. We've got Zetsky at T-spawn, just shutting down that opportunity for him to come towards mid. And Zetsky should be able to shut down this opportunity in the backyard as well. So the CTs, they're more than content to wait around. They know Team SkyFire can buy into the next one. They don't need to throw away any of their guns at the moment.
No, absolutely not. Cruden's got 30 seconds left to work with here, and at the moment he's quite content just to hang on to this AK here. Doesn't even look like Avant, particularly interested in hunting him down. I guess maybe Zetsky's playing in a pretty strange position with the AWP, but...
I think he's spotting towards backyard as of this time.
Oh, okay.
Because there's been enough time he goes, look, he's not towards mid. Looks like Noisier wants to push towards tunnels now, but it may just give Cruden a 2 kill as a matter of fact. And it looks like SK is going to be leading the charge, and Noisier SK going, should we push for it? No? Yes? No? Alright, let's just go back. And they are going to go back. Just sit lines.
Yeah, I think that's probably the wise decision, really.
Yes.
SkyFire have got a bit of money there on Steve, so he could drop some pistols for the rest of his teammates. they could make something out of this round, but definitely Avant Garde with that double AWP setup and the full buy is, of course, been favoured into this one. And it did look like SkyFire was really starting to bring things back for a moment there, but now 7-4 on the board should be 8-4 for Avant Garde, as once again sort of sprung them a little bit forward and put themselves in a good position to really have a pretty decent first half here on the CT side.
Yeah, but the T's have this short control now, and Cruden, I mean, he doesn't have a smoke grenade to work with. He has 2 flashbangs, so if they are to bust out on towards his A site, have to completely blind out Iron, push on before he can get any trades and take control of it. But it looks like there's also Steve just slowly crawling towards mid. Noisier, though. Once again, he's been so solid holding this mid area. Now the T's, 1 flash has been used, but Nick is trying to come across. Iron lands that first AWP shot. Cruden just going to be crawling across the AK.
Crab walking.
Well, that's not going to work. Iron's going to shut that down. Animus does pick up the AK-47, but they've lost so much territory, and SK now going on the hunt.
Yeah, he's very aggressively forward. I think he suspects that Animus is there, but doesn't know quite for sure if there's going to be any backup for him, so doesn't want to push too hard, and there we go. He picks up Animus, drops the bomb. Chaotic not going to be able to get the trade here, and it should be Avant Garde going through here with 5 weapons available, which is obviously going to be the best possible result for them. Get that economy really starting to build up here. 8-4 will be a good start onto this first half. They want to close it out at the very worst 9-6, but a 10-5 I think for Avant would be, you know, sweet.
Absolutely. Going on to the T half, which is a preferred half, and Iron, we can see just to highlight.
Oh, that was loud.
We can see just the
Everyone
rolling
spam
thunder.
rip headphone users, because that's me right now.
Our eardrums.
It wasn't so much that, I was just scared. Like, I didn't know what was going on.
It is raining outside, so we're like, oh, there's actual thunder. Well, that's a very, very deep smoke grenade. 2 damage done towards Zedski, so that's a good smoke grenade. As now that it's going to be a B-side rush for SK, has to hold it off by himself. He only gets 1 before taken out by the Tech 9 train. CT Molotovs are not great, as now Noisy out window is going to be taken out as well. Zedski is going to be tagged down towards 14 HP. And all of a sudden, Team SkyFire should be able to take this one on just an eco.
Yeah, potentially. Potentially, indeed. Avant Garde with a 3 versus 4 retake. Yes, they've got the weapon advantage, but we know how difficult retaking that B bomb site can be. Iron's going to get 1, but he's traded out straight away, so...
Oh, look where Animus is.
Yeah, he's in a great spot there to find the final 2 frags. And what should have been a good round there for Avant Garde ends up being a pretty good one for SkyFire. And now Avant Garde scrambling to get back into the buy. If SkyFire can bring this one back to 8-7, they've done well.
Yeah, should expect a P90 or... Oh, no. It looks like Noisy has actually been dropped in M4. I was going to expect him to buy a P90, given his cash rate. But Avant Garde, I mean, once again, it's a poor buy, but it's able to just work out. Irons actually picks up the AWP once again. Zedski going to be trying to spot T-spawn for anything, but he's not going to find anything as of this time. Steve does have the AWP watching the line if SK decides to jump up, but SK not going to risk it. Bomb now making its way up towards mid. Catwalk should be coming towards A shortly.
Iron, I think he just got a collateral there.
He did.
Excellent stuff for Avant, and now they put themselves at a good spot. This should be 9-5, where it looked like SkyFire might make a bit of a resurgence now. Iron going to peek into mid. He'll be punished for it by Cruden. Brings it back to a 4 versus 3. Still, though, 2 for 1. Iron will take that.
And Zedski has just resumed that AWP position at mid. Is going to create more threat for Team SkyFire, but Nikez has managed to make all the way out towards long A. Not any longer though. Zedski clues on just at the last moment, and Flixen takes him down. Steve with that AWP tries to get the trade at mid, but really with nothing else to help him out, there's nothing that he can do. But Cruden has managed to sneak his way slowly towards A site. We'll get the bomb plant down, but at 1-4, a lot of work for him to hold off.
Cruden, he gets the first one, but as you say, it's a lot of work, and in the end, a little bit too much. Dezabel picks that one up, and as expected, 9-5 on the board now for Avant Garde. They'll be putting themselves in a pretty decent position now. You know, 9's quite a good CT half, I think, but potential now for 10.
Yeah, 9 is actually a great CT half because just now the stage, I guess, of the economy for the T side on these open maps where it does favor the T side. They can just force up armor and Tech 9, do damage to the CT economy. CTs can't really force up armor and pistol because you can't really push somewhere because the Ts can be waiting for it. They can just nade in, they can get a lot of information, just rotate their players. So as we go into the final round, I mean, there is a double AWP setup coming out for Team SkyFire. Nick S is at AWP and so does Steve. As it looks like it's going to be a triple stack towards this B site coming out for Avant Garde. Steve, though, is going to find Iron at long A. And Zedski is going to lose his life as well at mid. Cruden just popping his head up from Xbox, able to take him out.
So, SkyFire, they're looking like they're going to be picking up the 6th round of this one. Still, though, 3 players left alive for Avant. This is a good push, perhaps, from Noisia. The aim not quite there, though, to back it up. Animus picks it up. SK and Decibel now finding themselves in a very disadvantaged situation. I think that's fair to say.
Decibel should be able to take this frag down, and he doesn't lose any life points either. SK now at CT. A lot of pressure on towards him. There is Cruden right above him, spotting in towards CT, but Decibel now sprinting up short as well. So he's going to force Cruden to jump down. No, SK! He's going to get taken out by falling Cruden. And now they know exactly where he is, but that's a huge play coming out from Decibel. It's going to take out 2.
Come on, can he do this? No, he doesn't even have time, even if he gets both the kills. Anyway, not a bad result in the end there for Avant. 9-6 at the end of the first half. I think they'll be pretty pleased with that. And SkyFire do have a bit of work to do on that second half. And we'll see how that turns out after this quick break.
All right, thumbs up, listen up. There's money to be made and you're made to make the money. And I'm here to help you help you get $50. All you have to do is sign up for a complete freedom account with St. George. That simple it is. Now, move, tap, up, down, soldiers. Do you want $50?
Yes, ma'am, we do, ma'am!
What a bunch of indexes. Open a complete freedom account today.
Now back in the second half here between SkyFire and Avant Garde, and Avant started off quite well so far on this, on the first half, and now heading into the second half on the T side. I think they will be feeling like they can close this one out.
I approve of Noisia's buy. Just a Desert Eagle, no armor, just Desert Eagle.
Yeah, well, Noisia is as Noisia does.
Well, I mean, if it works out, we can go, this is revolutionary. If it doesn't work out, we can say, well, that was quite silly. Because
well, that was just Noisia.
Well, Cruden's going to open up. Nice one tap down mid. And he's also going to tag Iron down quite low as well. Iron's on 3 HP. Not sure what exactly it was from. It looks like they are coming towards A side. Animus should be able to get this kill on Iron. Surely!
Oh, not quite.
Surely.
Still not quite. Eventually, Steve takes down Decibel, but Animus yet to land a shot, and I don't think he managed to actually connect one. Might have put Noisia down to 46, but in the end, well, not so great. Still, he's got his teammates there to save him a little bit. They close out that pistol round with a pretty convincing result. 7 on the board now for SkyFire, but should soon be a couple more. Although Avant might decide to force into this one. They didn't get that buy last, or that drop of the bomb, plant of the bomb even. So it does look like they're going to be forcing into it.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, why can't you just, like, type in the numerical code and throw the bomb at the bomb site?
Yeah. Just
like not that far. I mean, like, slide it.
Plant.
But just throw the bomb at the bomb site. Well, Avant Garde are going to force up with a bunch of Tech 9s. They're going towards top mid. This could be a split on towards the A site. There is Zedski outside a bedroom. The rest of Avant Garde. So they're making their way up mid. And Cruden's going to be tagged down towards 55 HP. And now this is going to commence the attack on this A site. There goes the first flashbang. So Animus, let's see if he can hit more shots than he did last time. Holding towards A ramp. That's a much better start. But Iron with that deagle gets the trade.
Yeah, Nikez is going to be able to pick up one. But again, there's another trade. Zedski picks up Steve. This is not looking so bad for Avant. They get the early bomb plant. Although they're losing a few players across the board. It's now 3 versus 2. SkyFire will be feeling okay about this one. In saying that, though, Noisia comes back with another frag. Zedski, who has salvaged a UMP, has found one. And now a 1 versus 1 here. Nikez needs 4K to close out this one. And it looks like Noisia will do it. 10 on the board now for Avant. They respond very well to losing that pistol, and that's going to put SkyFire in a bit of a hole.
Yeah, afterwards, I mean, as I was mentioning earlier, it's just the armor Tech 9 is a very, very strong metal.
Yeah.
I mean, even it was strong back when it was first done, and it still is now, because it just shuts down the CT economy. And as long as you play this next round right, you play passive, you see where the CTs are going, you go in together, there is nearly no chance that you can lose.
CT's forcing into this one. Nikez gets 1 for 1, but in the end it's going to be a 2 for 1 in the favor of Avant. Zedki and SK picking up frags. That does really open up the bomb sites now for Avant Garde. They can fall back a little bit here and decide where they want to go. SK getting into the pit though. He's going to have to duel Animus, who does have a scout, so UMP versus scout, maybe not the ideal situation, but at least he's keeping that CT busy while the rest of his teammates can work across the rest of the map.
Well, Animus is in, once again, a great position to do some damage to the scout. He is jump spotting it, and he's going to tag Zedski. He's going to go for the repeat, but Zedski, a little bit too strong. We'll be able to get the trade out. Cruden, trying his best, can't really do much with just a CZ at a long distance, and it's all up to Chaotic. The last man left standing, who's had a very, very quiet game so far, in my opinion. He's going to be trying to crawl towards lower dark, but hasn't spotted anything. I have the situation, I mean, he'll be lucky to pick off a single gun. Zetsky is actually on 1 HP. I don't know how he's still alive, but I guess fortune favors the bold.
Yeah, we'll have to have a look and see what Chaotic's sitting on after this round when we can bring up the scoreboard because, yeah, I don't know. We haven't seen much from him this map and throughout last week. I don't think he was particularly impressive as well. Let's have a look and see what he's at.
Well, he had armor and helmet, was able to take down Zetsky, but all he had to do was
3
pretty
and
much whisper
16,
him.
okay. Well, yeah, you're right.
Well, that is actually really, really not good.
No.
Probably really not good as an understatement of the year. Chaotic really needs to start lifting his game.
Definitely.
And one of the kills was on a 1 HP opponent. So,
yeah, a completely non-impactful kill as well.
Well, it's going to be another eco. They're going to come out towards long as well. It's only going to be one person this time that's pushing out long. There's going to be SK is completely blinded. Steve, nice clean one tap, but it's going to just force the T's to go towards the B site instead. And Chaotic really needs to get something here, but he's only been able to dink out one. Can't get another kill. Zetsky once again on 4 HP. Iron's going to shut down this rotate coming in from CT. All of them are at CT, so potential for Iron to do huge amounts of damage. He gets one, gets two. Can he get the third? Oh, he can't trace horizontally. It looks like Animus going to hop away.
Well, he's done his job, gotten those two. Noisy will close out the final one. And Avant, we've got 12 on the board now. Pretty expected result, given that it was an eco from SkyFire. And SkyFire finally going to be buying into one of these rounds here fully. Well, not fully, but well.
Decently well.
Yeah.
Animus with 550 does decide to buy Smoke and Flash towards the end. There is that AWP on Steve as well, who's got a lot of utility to work with. Nade does tag Cruden down a little bit, but that was a friendly nade, so he's only down towards 98 HP. And a long push comes out. Animus tags one down so low. Once again, it's Zetsky on 2 HP.
Yeah, Zetsky with 9 lives, it seems.
This is the third round in a row where he's got some red health, and Nikia's going to be tagged down very low. SK is going to be AWP down by Steve, who's now watching the edge of that smoke, but they're just going to come out through short as well. So the bomb plant going to go down towards A. It's still a 4 and 4. Nikia's on 4 HP. Zetsky on 2.
Yeah, but there's a decent amount of utilities here for Avant. They've got a flash, a smoke, and a HE grenade. Noisier, if he can use that grenade well, Nikes is going to go down. Cruden might get dropped down pretty low as well, and, well, it's just not an easy retake at all for SkyFire.
Is it a long plan? Because a lot of the members have gone towards long, and Decibel is playing towards short. Very aggressively finds one. Chaotic does get the trade, but time has ticked away too long, and the rest of the CTs are going to save. And I don't think Zetsky is going to get out here alive. He's going to die to the bomb explosion.
Yeah, well, he's only got 2 HP, so he's going to have to hightail it.
I was going to say, if he fell and died, that would be quite funny, as Steve rips his head off.
Well, one way or another, he was going to die. Iron and Noisier at least getting out there for Avant, but SkyFire, funnily enough, actually saving more guns in that round than Avant. Still, though, Avant's not going to be bothered by that at all. Their economy trundling along quite nicely.
So not opting to pick up the North.
Yeah. I don't think Zetsky's been hugely impactful with the AWP here.
He's got a couple of good rounds on the CT side, but really, so far the rifle's working out for Avant Garde. It looks like it's going to be a fast B side take this time, so up to Chaotic as well as the Cruden to do work this time. Molotov comes out, the smoke grenade does extinguish it. Fast push coming out as well.
Good flashbang. Yeah, and Cruden gets that one. Chaotic, though, finding a couple as Zetsky will be able to trade him out. And Zetsky and Decibel, although now just Zetsky, who does at least have control of that B site, should be able to get the bomb down. I don't think anyone's going to rush in there and stop him. So let's see. Maybe we can see some Zetsky magic. He'll have to get an ace, though, to clutch this one out.
Well, he needs to... That's his last flashbang. He has nothing else to work with, and the CT still have 2 flashbangs and 2 smoke grenades to work their way back onto the site. Looks like they're just priming their grenades, ready to go. There goes the first smoke towards window. Couple of flashbangs coming over. Zetsky's completely blinded at back of sight. CT should be able to drop on his head, but Animus gets the kill.
Pretty much exactly how it should have gone there for SkyFire, getting that bomb defuser going. And an easy retake as well, not losing another gun. So great stuff from them.
Yeah, much better from Chaotic as well, picking up 2 kills as well. He needed to get at least 1, got 2, and made the retake a lot easier. Decibel trying to go for that lurk. Unfortunately, was unable to come out at the right time, and Team SkyFire took him down. And, well, the rest was history. Zetsky does have the ult this time, so let's see what impact he has with the AWP. Doesn't tag anyone at the cross. As the rest of Avant Garde going to be spreading out across the map. It looks like there's only going to be 1 anchoring towards that upper dark position, and the rest of them just sitting towards top and mid. Not really doing much as of this time, but still a lot of time to burn out, as Team SkyFire should be defaulting back towards CT as well as short A.
Avant Garde. We'll see what Zetsky can do with that AWP here. have a look and see where he's actually playing. At the moment, just floating around mid. Hasn't really got anyone to challenge him, though, from SkyFire, so won't be able to find a kill with that one just yet. Steve's holding a good spot if Avant Garde do decide to go towards that A-bomb site, although at the moment, just floating around the map. They do have that player default over towards the B site. There's going to be a rotate coming across now, though. It seems Avant Garde, once again, going to be lining themselves up for an A-take.
Well, I mean, Steve, I think, has a better angle at the moment. This flashbang should be... Oh, no, that's going to be a smoke grenade. There's a good Molotov on towards default, and a flashbang's come across Steve. Nice counter Molotov, but SK has dropped down. And he has elevator control, but Steve's having none of that nonsense. Long pressure as well coming out from Noisia very shortly. He's just keeping Jezebel occupied.
Wow! Zetsky surviving that. Of course, Steve missing the shot and getting punished 100% for it. Bomb currently sitting in the smoke there. Zetsky, it's not an easy situation for him as well, but he's able to take down Cruden. Had the opportunity maybe to get Animus. It would have been a fantastic shot, but Jezebel in the end is going to be the one to do that. And now a 2 versus 1 here for Chaotic to negotiate. There's 21 seconds left on the clock here for Avant, so if Chaotic can drop another one of these players, then it's definitely all game for him, but Noisia puts it to 14 for Avant Garde, and wow, 14 already for Avant. A little bit, I mean, I kind of, you know, wasn't necessarily paying huge attention to the score, and it just popped up to me that it's 14 already.
Yeah, and Team SkyFire on an eco, they are going to force up on this eco. It's do or die time for them, and they know that even if they eco this one, they're going to have a poor buy coming out in the next one. A double AWP setup coming out for Avant Garde. They picked up 2 AWPs. Zetsky and Noisia actually picking up the AWP as well. Nick is trying to go for the cheeky scout. He's actually tagged Noisia through the door. Good stuff from him, but he needs to do a lot more as the rest of the T's actually pressuring out long now. Steve trying to spam through to see if he can find anything, but the T's have busted out. Animus just waiting at the edge of the smoke, but he's going to be taken down.
It's a good entry in towards the A site so far from Avant Garde, but they need to pick up a couple of more kills. And they're currently getting dropped relatively low, so those pistols might come up and do a bit of damage. Nikez manages to take down SK. The flashbang's going in there in towards CT. Nikez completely flashed out, but Avant Garde do get the cross okay, and the bomb should be planted safely by them as well. Zetsky spots out the shoulder there of Chaotic. Easy kill for him in the end. Should be 15 now on the board here for Avant.
And Nick is trying to find something, won't be able to find anything else. Jezebel does get taken out along A by Cruden. Cruden charging with a CZ. Zetsky misses the AWP shot. 2 AWPs watching this line. But Noisy just decides to whip out the Tech 9 instead. Does manage to clean up the job. Misses probably 10 bullets, but still has a lot in reserve. And Avant Garde going to be on match point.
Wow, oh wow. It's been a good performance here from Avant. They need to close it out at, I would say, 16-8, really. Like, this is the time they get that momentum heading into the second map and really put the pressure onto SkyFire. Mirage is also Avant Garde's pick as well. So, you know, this is the Avant that we sort of have expected to see throughout the entire season.
Yep, there goes Chaotic.
Yeah,
and that's, I guess that's the tale of Chaotic in this map so far. It's not been the best map for him, and...
Yeah,
well,
definitely hasn't.
Cruden does answer on towards SK, who's trying to charge towards B site, and there are a lot of members towards that B site. Jezebel now going to be tagged a little bit by Steve towards short. Nick is pushing out with the UMP, catches that iron off guard. Nearly gets the double.
Yeah, very close. Jezebel getting very low and is eventually going to be taken down. So now just the AWPs available here for Avant, and it's just, again, very typical of Avant here that they would lose a round right when they look like they're about to close things out at a, you know, pretty good scoreline. Like they had the convincing lead. But now, if they lose this one, which it looks like they should, you know, they're just going to let SkyFire back into it. And even if Avant end up picking up the win, you know, SkyFire's just going to get a little bit of momentum off this.
And now they've actually picked up both AWPs, as we just see to the previous round. Zetsky is going to pick up one towards CT. He also picked off, I believe, it was Nikez at the time trying to run away. And they have it a 2-piece coming up from Zetsky. And Zetsky, once he hits his first AWP shot, I don't think he misses the second one, to be honest. Avant Garde have forced up into this one. Just a bunch of pistols and body armor. Jezebel, the only man who has no body armor, just a Tech 9 and a flashbang. Looks like they are priming for a B site take. Noisia is all the way towards top and mid, though, so he's a little bit far out to do anything. Only a single man on this B site, and that's up to Chaotic to really hold it on his lonesome. Cruden hasn't rotated over yet with the AWP, still watching to top and mid.
Yeah, not a great situation for Avant, just being stuck behind that smoke. And they're going to run in. Looks like the flash is going to come out, but Chaotic avoids that one quite well. Has an easy couple of frags out for him and pulls out the USP to find a third. Actually, it's Cruden to steal a couple of them. But they get the job done in the end, does SkyFire, and that's what they needed. Haven't lost a single gun in this round, and very good result for them. Cruden gets his third for the round. Now Avant still on 15. Should be able to buy into this one, though.
What a surprise it would be if SkyFire actually come back and take it into a draw.
Well, you know, at that point I kind of wouldn't be surprised because it would just be like, okay, well, that's Avant.
The analogy that I expressed earlier stands.
Yeah.
And it was very acute. As is Zetsky looking like he's going towards long A to see what he can find. He's going to find Nikes. He's going to hop out quite healthy as well. I mean, half HP, but with the AWPer, you don't really need the initial HP in SK.
Oh, Cruden.
I thought Cruden had him.
Yeah, so did I, but SK coming up with the goods. Now 5 versus 3. This time, surely Avant will close it out.
All Avant need to do at the moment is play it so. They go, look, there's going to be a 1 in B side because they just took down mid. Let's just go take mid to B. Let's see what's going to happen and just pressure Chaotic from both sides because we know Chaotic's a B side player.
Yeah, and Chaotic with only that from us here. Yeah, it's going to be good enough against the Tech-9s, but you have to question whether or not it's going to be good enough against AKs and the AWP. The Flash Gang's going to be coming out here. Zetsky will be spotting towards that back plat, and I think he might have just spotted out the hat or the beret there of Chaotic. And in the end, is able to take him down. 2 versus 5, the retake situation, and 1 versus 5 now for Animus. Looks like he's going to be shut out there. 16-10, the first map result for Avant Garde.
Yeah, and even though it was 10 rounds, it was still very, very much in the favor of Avant Garde for maybe a couple of critical rounds where they kind of walked away and they went a little bit missing, but otherwise they took it out in the end, so there you have it.
Yeah, look, I mean,